This hat is so hot. Ooh.
So what? As hard as Debbie Mazar, fucking John Cusack, and a pile of money, which I can't believe none of us talked about.
I mean,
I actually was gonna say I don't think I've ever
I
seen her
have the
in this
same thing to
before.
say that she probably did. It looks much smaller in person.
That's
The fucking
no.
money looked so like such little amount of money when he dumped it on the bed at the beginning.
I'm gonna find a way to splice that into that part of the episode. That's too good not to use.
Are we even recording it?
I'm recording.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
good,
recording.
good.
Sheriff, we got a lot to talk about.
I am not an animal! Damn, I'm thirsty. I want a beer. What about you? You want a beer? The ice is gonna break! I am not a human being! I am an animal!
And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am, because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up.
I am Shiva, the god of death.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
You gonna eat your cornbread.
But for me, it was Tuesday.
And you have meddled with the primal forces of nature. And you will atone.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here today to welcome you to another episode of 343. I'm your host this week, Samuel Holler, and I'm joined by two kooky folks, Jackson Workman and Matthew George Patterson.
What's my middle name, Sam? Do you even know it?
Admiral.
Yes, you are correct. No, I'm not going to say it. You have to guess.
Gosh.
think it's,
Adrian. Joey. So you're JJW.
My name is Joey Santos. Okay, I'm going on vacation.
Horatio.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, it's
Alec
not.
Baldwin tuna fish sandwich that makes another appearance in one of the movies tonight. Workman.
We have quite a few returning players tonight from past episodes, indeed. But yeah, no, it's no, I'm not going to say it.
Heard. That's for
We
the
will find
audience.
out.
Yeah, we will find out. The audience will have to guess.
And guess what? The audience will find out too on our Patreon,
Exactly.
where we
That's one of the
reveal
tiers. If you want to know, if you want to
name.
know, if you want to know my middle name, you got to subscribe to the Patreon.
You'll hear all sorts of secrets about us that we don't want getting out to the general public.
Oh yes.
Take that how you will. Anyway, we got three really good things for y'all today. Each of us decided to go into our back pockets and pull out some stuff. And then we had an unfortunate event happen in this world in the last week. I want to shout out the late Michael Madsen. He is the GOAT. We would not be here today talking about movies if we hadn't seen some of his earliest acting jobs. But yes, rest in peace to the GOAT, Michael Madsen, thus changing my course of direction this week into what is the first thing we will talk about. And I'm going to get off this image. Ooh. There we go. What? Money for nothing. Money.
And your chicks for free.
Heard. The 1993 telling of real life, telling of just like another pick I had earlier this season that is a very, very loose interpretation of one of the most American things you can do. Stealing $1.2 million from Trump and John Cusack looking like Eminem while he's dyeing his hair. But this
second movie in a row.
Second movie in a row with the GOAT, John Cusack.
Her third appearance overall.
I meant second movie in a row also where somebody dyes their hair blonde to go on the run from the law. Alpha Dog.
Oh,
Bill Hirsch dyes his hair
Oh,
blonde,
you're
just like
right.
John Cusack does.
very,
They look
very
fucking similar.
true.
Wow.
Very true.
Uh, this is the only movie you'll get where Michael Rappaport is not playing the asshole. He's playing the pussy. So,
Very
and
true.
It's not the only one. True romance, my friend.
oh, indeed, indeed.
Oh, he is kind of a pussy in that. Like, well, he's like
Mhm.
he's a pussy, but he's not like I don't know. He's a little better.
Half and half.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. Picture this. You're a union worker. And what do? You're down on your luck. You're down on your luck. You go to your brother who's in charge of all the people getting jobs. Tony Soprano ain't gonna give you no goddamn job. He is fair. He's not gonna show favoritism. So your buddies, Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest in peace. Michael Rappaport, and I don't remember the other dude's name. I apologize. Are all like kind of down, and they kind of well, fuck. And so they decided to go back and do what they were doing. They get a tuna fish sandwich from Tony Soprano, and they're enjoying that when what happens? A money truck hits a bump, right? Or just kind of turns hard.
The door falls open.
Yeah, and the door like comes open.
Because the pieces of shit who run the company don't make the trucks right, and they're trying to blame the drivers.
Exactly, which I felt so horrible for those fuckers.
I know.
And $1.2 million falls out the back of this. And who stumbles upon it?
Johnny C.
John Cusack. And which is funny because his initials in this and his real life are the same. And it's basically just the whole town kind of going crazy. Like, who took this $1.2 million? You got the police side, which is Michael Madsen hunting them down, trying to get this money back. You got the company side of the people who lost the money, and then you get the family aspect of John Cusack. And it's basically how far greed will take you, and where things like what matters in your life, and very much how do the people around you view you once you have money versus when you don't have it, and all sorts of stuff. And it's a fun movie. I enjoy this one. Like, it's not the best. It's definitely this trope of someone finding money, making the wrong decision. Been done a lot, but I think around this time it wasn't as prevalent, and so that kind of is where I kind of excuse some of the tropes that this has. And I do find it that one scene where he falls through the roof while trying to hide the money, which I heard is one of the actual true stories that they adapted into the movie. I just find that scene really funny.
I thought it was a great scene. Like, that was one of the few scenes where I was like, damn, this is a good, like, there are good parts to this movie. Not that I didn't like it, but I was like, I feel like it's a standout scene for sure.
Before I get into any more of my thoughts, I'll let y'all kind of dive in. I don't know. You just saw this very recently, Jackson, and
I haven't even had time to look anything up yet. I finished it and then immediately got on. You texted me, and I said, I can't get on yet. I have 2 minutes and 33 seconds until this is over. No, I had 8 minutes in all actuality.
But we have 9 minutes and 49 seconds.
Yeah, right when you said that, it popped up.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That's funny. Well, Matt, I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's been a few nights since I've seen it, and I kind of watched it a little late in the evening. But this definitely felt like a movie that, like, I would have caught on TV at some point, like during the day. You're just chilling, pops on, and you just throw it on and like have a good time with it. One thing I want to mention before I forget, this is another movie that we've had that has another thing that is a continuation of shit that happens in other movies. Somebody just taking a piss.
Yeah, I was about to bring
Michael Madsen just taking a leak.
Well, that and the dude, they showed the dude at the urinal when he's stuffing all the stuff in his pants. He like looking at him and just shakes his head and keeps on pissing.
Yep. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It's like, I feel like I was hanging out with the characters and stuff. There were some scenes where I was like, what the fuck?
Launches that car off and into the water. That shit's insane.
Yeah. And then another Sopranos actor, can't remember fucking the name, Vito.
Joseph Ganiscola, yeah.
Joseph Ganiscola,
Yeah.
yep, being in this. I was like, hey. But yeah, no, I like because like I don't know. I feel like any movie with like a snowy setting and then like a cozy bar is like a specific kind of movie. And this is check that box for me. And I like John Cusack with the earrings and the sideburns. Even though I felt like his accent kind of went in and out. I don't know how you guys felt. I felt like some scenes it was really prevalent, and then some scenes it was just kind of like maybe barely there, if at all. But I didn't mind it. I just kind of noticed it when he was
I
talking
like
to his
his
mom.
Gene aesthetic that he had.
Yeah. But yeah, and
Like,
that
what did he say? I got so many holes in my shirt. You hear me hum as I walk down the street or something like that. I'm like, oh, that just hits.
but yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. But yeah, what do you think, Jackson?
So yeah, I didn't I'd never heard of this before. Um, I don't remember what Sam was going to pick this week, but as soon as Michael Madsen died, he switched it to this. And I was like, okay, I've never heard of this before, but holy shit, is the cast stacked as fuck. And it is like unnecessarily, like crazily stacked. We got, as mentioned, Michael Madsen, John Cusack, fucking Michael Rappaport, Debbie Mazar. We got Lorraine Bracco's sister, Elizabeth, up in this thing. So a Sopranos connection in that sense. We got now we've had two appearances on this podcast of Philip Seymour Hoffman, but this is the second appearance of Philip S. Hoffman.
Yep.
So Philip S. Hoffman we last saw in Scent of a Woman, but not the same as Philip Seymour Hoffman from Mission Impossible 3 in State, Maine. But yeah, so Benicio del Toro was in this thing also.
Benicio.
Yeah, and Maury Chaykin and all kinds of fucking people. It's James Gandolfini, which I did not know until the credits that he was in the damn movie, so that was a big surprise.
Wait, what? Oh, the opening credits.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Don't tell me you saw his face and like didn't recognize.
No, there's no missing him.
There's no missing that fucker.
One look at that face, and I just know like something about this guy just tells me he doesn't have the makings of a varsity athlete, but that's just me. But yeah, so I also would like to point out something fucking insane. This was directed and co-written by Mr. Ramon Menendez, the director of Stand and Deliver.
The greatest math movie ever. Besides
Yes.
A Beautiful Mind.
And A Good Will Hunting. But if that counts. But yes, which I don't know about you guys. Stand and Deliver for me was that movie that like in middle school, if like we didn't have anything to do, or if you got sent to like, you know, one of the troublemaker classes or whatever it was, or you just didn't have anything going on, they just fucking put this on. So I saw this probably about like 15 times in middle school.
Never seen
just
it
on
once.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Really gotta
Nope.
watch it.
If it's about math, I don't want to see it.
It's good though. It's good.
Stand and Deliver
was on thin ice.
Edward James
Stand and
Olmos
Deliver
teaches children how to be excited about calculus.
Yes. And he does it.
Oh, okay. I now know what you're talking about. I still haven't seen it, but at least I can imagine. I know the picture of Edward James Olmos in my head, like wearing the suit, like not even the suit, but like the.
And that's also a true story. That is also a true story about Mr. Escalante, the teacher. And anyway, I say this to say that seeing another film from him was very interesting. I was very excited to see, like, holy shit, what else has that guy directed? Because he really didn't do that many movies. His career kind of plummeted after Stand and Deliver. And he's always one of those directors like, man, if only he had gotten a chance to do more and his other movies had panned out. So I was curious to see that. And so then I watched this and man, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what the fucking critics are talking about. I thoroughly fucking enjoyed this movie. I mean, like, I had a fucking really, really fun time with this one. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. But
Carol Sobieski, she just died recently. She did some of the rewrites. She wrote like Fried Green Tomatoes, Annie, and like other stuff. So it's
That
God
explains
damn it!
shit.
I knew as soon as I saw her name in the credits, I was like, I recognize her name. I couldn't remember what she had written.
she didn't
Fried
have
Green
she died
Tomatoes.
like when this before this movie came out, but she was
Oh,
involved in the writing process of it.
wow. Well, see, that's my theory. Here's my theory about the movie. First of all, yeah, I fucking enjoyed the shit out of it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a really, honestly, well written, well directed. It makes me sad that Ramon Menendez did not do much else because I really think he's a very talented director. I thought the entire cast was outstanding. As soon as I heard John Cusack was doing an accent, I was skeptical. I was like, "Oh God, I've never heard him do an accent before. Really, is he going to be able?" I thought he fucking, like you said, Matt. It kind of went in and out sometimes, but it was never like distracting. And I was just proud of him for being able to like convincingly portray like a character like that because I've never seen him play that kind of like a street character before like that from like a rough neighborhood.
Have you seen
And so for
Grifters?
him to say what?
Have you seen Grifters?
Yeah, but he talks like
Kind
himself in that movie.
of. Okay,
I
fair.
mean, I'm talking about like with the accent and the beanie on and everything, and like I'm from South Philly, Like I've never seen him give that kind of a performance before. So I was like, okay, can he do this? And he did. I thought he was very convincing as that kind of character. So, but what I'm convinced that there existed an early draft of this movie that was just going to be like a dumb slapstick comedy. And then Carol Sobieski and maybe Ramon Menendez, because he also had a writing credit, came in and like significantly beefed up the script and made it into like a real movie. Because I remember when the movie started, like just immediately him trying to hide the bag in his house and hide it on the bed and hide it in the closet. I was like, is this going to be the whole movie? Is it just going to be a bunch of annoying, dumb gags of him just trying to hide the fucking money and it's not really going to be that creative or anything? And then it like actually started getting really good writing wise, like very quickly, and like a lot of great fucking character scenes and a lot of just great writing and a lot of great exploration of like, how desperate underclass people can be for money. And I thought it was honestly a very good exploit. Like the fact that there are characters in the movie who say you need to give it back, but you never really get the sense that the movie necessarily feels that way. Like they're rooting for John Cusack, and I thought that was really cool. And again, like carrying on with some of the themes in Stand and Deliver, talking about like the disadvantages of, underclass kids in that movie. That just seems to be something that's close to Ramon Mendez's heart. Some themes he likes to try to portray. I found that an interesting through
I
line.
really like the line. I think it was James Gandolfini. Like, "Who wants to be famous for being stupid?" And I was like, "Well, apparently 90% of America now." Maybe not back then.
Back when we had morals.
Yeah, but now
this country used to mean something. Damn it! But yeah, I really think like that all was interesting. Some incredibly well written scenes, and I think again, like I don't know, the scene where he falls through the roof, like
Bitch got that asbestos cancer that you saw the commercials about.
Yep.
You for someone has mesothelioma due to asbestos exposure.
He sure does. Well, speaking of which, I just looked up. Apparently, the real Joey Coyle made a cameo at the beginning of the movie as one of the dock workers, and he died like right after the movie came out. So, maybe he did have mesothelioma.
No, I blame Trump.
He probably put a hit out on him.
This is the end of the podcast right here. This truly is the end.
This is an enemy that we don't want to piss off.
He's gonna be 2 for 2 next week because I won't be here.
At least you're remote.
I will get mesothelioma in about a week and die.
You're remote enough in the mountains that he won't find you exactly right away.
Yeah, you'll have time to get on a plane, get out of the country.
Everyone around here is a Trump supporter. I'm fucked.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're going to rat you out?
Cells.
Yeah, he'll rat you out.
They're going to rat you out?
Yeah, he's going to activate all his sleeper cells. I'm going to be standing in line, taking people's orders at concessions. I'm going to be like, "Do you want butter on your popcorn?" And they'll be like, "I want blood."
Or as Zero Mustel would say, blood! But, yeah, no, again, just fucking, I just looked that up. That was interesting. But, yeah, the scene where he falls through the roof again, Like, and that whole scene where he's trying to hide it under the toilet and like, take it out of the closet and everything. Again, I was kind of like, I feel like this is from the draft of the movie where it was just a dumb slapstick comedy of him trying to hide the money. And, I don't know, just there were a couple of scenes that felt like maybe remnants of that. And then just scenes where the character development was just super on point and like these actually like really fucking hard monologues. Like, I loved Maury Chaykin's monologue about Ben Franklin. He's like, yeah, now you know what he had on the end of that key? Or the end of that kite? A key? Yeah. He caught lightning in a fucking bottle, just like you have today, my friend. I was like, damn, I'm fucking with this, like hardcore. I love this. And again, just like I loved towards the beginning when they've got all the scenes of people like as he's passing by saying like what they would do with the money if they found it. It was a good way to kind of illustrate the point of like everybody wishes they could have that much money so much, but nobody ever gets it, which is why, his struggle is so relatable and you want to see him get away with it, and just like Debbie Mazar, who we haven't mentioned yet, who I'm convinced you cannot convince me that the studio did not want Marissa Tomei to play that part, and she said no, and that's why they got her. You can't convince me. She was fantastic, but you can't convince me that didn't happen. And when she's saying, like, yeah, I used to think I was hot shit taking home $350 a week, but now, I mean, shit, this makes that seem like nothing. Even if I keep making that much money, I'll have grandchildren by the time I make $1 million. Like, I don't know, just them like pointing out so many different ways in which like the financial struggles of these people are so real.
I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman calling the hotline because he's like, what could $50,000 could save?
But then the guy stopping him was one of my favorite moments. Just like, where's your fucking sense of honor? Like, I love the way the whole bar had his back. Like, because as soon as they put his fucking name on the TV, I was like, oh shit, you need to get the fuck out of here, man. But they were all loyal except for Philip S. Hoffman.
Yeah.
Now, Philip Seymour Hoffman would have been loyal. But this is Philip S. Hoffman we're dealing with. He's younger and dumber back then. But as we saw in Son of a Woman, he was young and dumb in that as well.
I had to look it up, but apparently in today's money, 1.2 million would be basically 2.7 million.
Okay.
So
that's a fucking that's
yeah.
That ain't nothing.
Two things.
And I was curious when I was watching this. I was like, he's really spending that money a lot. But I was like, damn, it probably goes really far back then. Like that probably.
I kind of had that thought a couple of times. I was like, he's spending a lot of fucking money. Like he's got $10 million. But I was like, well, inflation and $1 million is a lot more than, I know it seems like a lot, but it's even more than you probably think it is. Like that's a fucking lot of money. But
especially
say what?
Tax-free million.
Tax-free, baby.
I wonder, like, because I read a little bit about how it didn't really. They chose not to focus on like he had a very severe drug addiction and some other stuff going on in his life, which is how he got his temporary insanity plea during this whole situation. And they do such a good job of just making him such a not balanced, but like personable character that like you just can't help but follow him. And I wonder where that could have like affected some people's opinions of it, or maybe that's why people didn't really like it, because it didn't stick to the true person who it was.
Well, I never even really, the whole time I was watching this, I didn't even really look at it as a true story movie. As soon as it said that at the beginning, I was like, same for the last shot, I was like, yeah, my ass, this is a fucking true story.
That he actually had the blonde hair the whole time and then dyed it black to escape originally.
That's funny. So, wow.
And Debbie Mazar's character did not exist. It was the friend, the alias that he used was the friend who took him to the airport. The name of the friend that took him to the airport.
See, again, like this was during an era where like based on a true story meant absolutely nothing. I mean, like the basic premise kind of happened, but nothing else actually did, which is fine. I don't get why so many movies felt the need to add that, like it was going to make a fucking difference. Clearly it didn't. This tanked at the fucking box office. So, either way, it's, I really thought that the writing in this was super on point. The direction was really good. The cinematography was great. I believe it was Newton Thomas Siegel who shot this, who's a great cinematographer. And Yeah, I mean, just that makes a lot of sense. I'm glad you pointed that out. That one of the fucking writers of Fried Green Tomatoes was on this. That makes so much sense because that is also an extremely well written movie. And I'm convinced this was probably just a dumb kind of slapstick comedy or screwball,
Well,
whatever,
because
until
like
she came in to redo it.
I don't disagree either. Because like the only thing I really had an issue with, and that was like a kind of minor issue, was like the very end when David Mazar just throws the money and is like,
Oh,
run.
really?
And he just stands there and he's like, go where? Like, I thought it was funny. And then, like, of course, I felt like they had to kind of have Michael Madsen go, I can't believe you just did that.
Yeah.
Because even I
Yeah.
was like, I can't believe I said that before he did, and I didn't know that was his line.
Didn't
And I was kind of like to the point where it like took me out because I was really into the movie, and then it kind of took me out a little bit to where I was like, that's a dumb movie move. Like,
I
we
love the
need the
jingle the
character to do
bells though.
something, I don't know. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess they were gonna get the money back anyways, but
Not all of
and
it.
I liked it because
96,000.
he still had money in his pocket and just throws it out the window at the end.
that got on my nerves. The fact that they let him get in the fucking police car with money still in his pocket, I was like, get the fuck out of here. But no, that part I did like because any other movie would probably have a prolonged like them chasing him through the airport and shit. I like that they just ended it there and that
It
it
was
was
the
like
throwing the
realistic.
money. It was
It
bothering me.
was
I don't
like
really
the
mind
realistic.
getting
But
caught.
again, to me, the point of that was like again, the point of the movie is I just like the shot of all the people grabbing the money. Again, just highlighting like how much people really fucking need the money and shit. Just average people, like I don't know. That to me, it was more like a symbolic shot. There was definitely like Ramon Menendez throughout the whole movie is very much putting that idea in the forefront, like trying to highlight in as many scenes as possible, like how much the average American struggles with their fucking, just to make a living.
I
And,
guess
that was
you're
one
right
more just kind
on
of
that.
symbolic example of that.
Maybe if she had not said run and instead just threw it out there just to be like, fuck it, we're not getting this anyways. But like it seemed like she was doing it as a distraction. Like, let's do a distraction so you can get away. And I was like, that's what I think. If she had just been
True.
like, we're fucked. And then he looked at her, they looked, then they threw it to get like, made like a decision, maybe like a,
Fair point.
but that's just me.
Yeah. No, I
But then
mean,
they
that's,
did
that's
have Michael
fair.
Madsen say, I can't believe you just did that. And I kind of was like, well, they had the voice of
He
reason.
was, he was very good in this too. I fucking thought he was, very believable as, I don't know why he didn't get more cop roles. It seems like he's always criminals, but I mean, he plays like the grizzled cop very well. Like, and I think that again, one of my favorite parts of the movie that again I'm fucking convinced was a rewrite was when he's like leveling with Benicio del Toro's character, like just being like, yeah, you remember my parents used to fucking sell your, parents who ran the grocery store like food wholesale and shit. And that like gives them a bond and lets us as the audience like know a little bit more about him. Like, oh shit, he's from the neighborhood too. Like, there were so many moments like that peppered throughout the movie that just gave us so much better of a look into those characters, into that world, and just I don't know, made them more relatable, made them more three dimensional. I mean, and I was noticing all this stuff as I was watching it, and I really was just thinking to myself, like, I don't get why this is so low rated on every damn website. Like, I really think this is a very, very good movie that deserves a lot more appreciation, to be honest. But I just think just about everything about it worked for me. I had a
Oh.
very fun time watching it.
All the user reviews on IMDb are like sixes and sevens, and then one of them just says underrated. Somebody says John Cusack's best movie. So all the
Yeah.
user reviews are pretty high for
Okay, well
recent.
that's good. That's
Uh,
good.
yeah. So, yeah. The
Um,
I want to shout out Craig Saffin. He did the music for Stand and Deliver, but he also did music
oh,
for Thief and a couple other stuff. But the music I really enjoyed in this. It's very subtle, but it definitely like just creates this kind of personal environment.
also
Yeah.
very funny at parts.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of moments that like it's a dramedy, so like, you got elements of both, but there are parts that are like sad and parts that are like really funny. Like the part where fucking Michael Rappaport's dad is just beating the shit out of him with a belt was fucking hilarious. It was Joey Coyle.
But speaking of a belt, like as nail biting as him having to take the belt off for the.
Oh my god! Oh,
it's
that
so
entire
funny. Like
sequence.
seeing
That-
his like puffed out little like fupa was
Yeah.
so funny to me.
But honestly, that whole scene was so fucking suspenseful, though. Like I was on the edge of my like him having to take the belt off and her having to take the fucking earrings off and keep going through the metal detector. I was genuinely like in a lot of suspense during that part. I was like, wow, they're really fucking doing a great job with this. Like fucking, I don't know if Ramon Menendez is still alive or not. If I had had time to look it up, I would have, but man, it fucking sucks that he didn't get a better career. It really does. I mean, I just based on the 2 movies of his that I've seen, dude was really talented. I don't know how many other movies he did besides these 2, but
He did a Disney Channel original, Gotta Kick It Up.
no, he did not.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
Yeah. Oh my god, I remember that one from like way back when I was a kid. Jesus Christ.
Oh, and then his other 2 stuff for television. 1 episode of Tales from the Crypt, and then something
Hey,
for Versions of Science. He did 1 episode for.
Okay.
I
Is he
mean,
still
I got his
alive?
episode
Yeah,
somewhere.
he is still alive.
Oh, good.
What episode?
Okay.
Wait, what season was it?
Let me check.
Later season, I'm assuming, like 7, probably 7 or 6.
Season 6, episode 6, The Bride.
Hey, the bribe. All right.
Wow. Yeah,
No,
shout out to him, man. Honestly, I mean, again, it was really cool for me seeing another movie from him because I do consider Stand and Deliver kind of a childhood classic since, I just saw it a bunch in school as a kid. I always loved it. So what?
It would have fit for the childhood special because that's one that I saw a lot in school. Never outside of school, just at school.
Yeah, no, I don't think I ever watched it once outside of school, but I saw it in school like 15 fucking times. So there are certain scenes from that movie that are just tattooed into my brain that, I'll always remember. Him yelling, "Those kids would never have failed that fucking test." I was just like, oh man. Edward James Olmos is so good in that movie. But yeah, just shout out to him. I think he delivered with this for sure. I think just all elements of the movie were very well done. The performances were all great. I really think, again, there were just like these moments that just kind of clobbered you out of nowhere. I fucking love the scene where they're talking about like his dad and, like moving him to a different cemetery. And then that fucking scene, that's again one of the most relatable scenes in the movie where he's yelling at James Gandolfini, like, he fucking worked 18 hours a day, couldn't fucking make a fist. Like, where did it fucking get him, And I'm just like, yeah, man, this again, it was pulling me in.
Just for his son to sit in the exact same spot at that bar that he sat at. Like,
I'm telling you, man, the writing in this movie was fucking on point. Like, for real. It was real. And then just suspenseful ass scenes like Philip Seymour Hoffman in the bar being like, hey, there's no fucking horse named Lucky Break or whatever. Like, you sure that's what it was? Like, I was so fucking, again, on the edge of my seat throughout that whole scene. Like, I don't know, just super well directed and well written, and just everything about it I just thought was very, very great. Had such a fun time with it. Thank you for picking it, Sam, because I had never heard of it. Probably I may have seen it eventually just because I've always been curious about what else Ramon Menendez directed. So, but if I ever saw it, it wouldn't have been for a long time. So, and also, are you guys, I'll let you guys go and then I have one last thing.
I'm pretty good.
Just rest in fucking peace, Michael Madsen, man.
Yeah, that's where I was about to take it. I just gotta give a quick eulogy to Michael Madsen. Fucking amazing actor. Did a great job in this movie. Did a great job in damn near every movie he was in. Fucking always killed it. And for me personally, I felt his loss for sure because A, he was one of my favorite actors, and B, for me, I know it was different for you guys, but for me, like, when I was a kid, wasn't allowed to watch R-rated shit up until a certain age. I wasn't allowed to watch. So there were a bunch of movies that I never saw. Like when I really started like fucking my cinematic like journey, like really like going back and watching shit, it was in like my early teens. So, when I started that journey, there were like a bunch of directors who I got into like right off the bat, like Stanley Kubrick, John Hughes, Frank Darabont, all kinds of people, James Cameron, all kinds of people like that. And one of the biggest ones was Quentin Tarantino. like one of the first directors that I really got into and really fucking, just dove into their work. And Michael Madsen was, of course, a regular in all of his movies. And so he was there, through that journey. Like getting into Tarantino stuff was one of the most like pivotal, like journeys in my early part of getting into like older movies and stuff. And Michael Madsen was an important fucking part of that, along with the rest of the Tarantino ensemble. Fucking Reservoir Dogs was the first one I saw. Kill Bill was the second. So he was in both of those. And his fucking performance in Kill Bill deserves more credit, I think, in a lot of ways. I know Mr. Blonde is the part he's always going to be fucking remembered for, and deservedly so. He's amazing in that movie. But I think his performance in Kill Bill in a lot of ways is just as good, if not better. I mean, the fucking quiet heartbreak that he fucking portrays in that movie is just next level. And that was one of his specialties, but he does it so fucking well there. Like, he was so much more than just like, I know he's a bad guy in the movie, but there's so many sides to his character. It's not like the straight psychopath like Mr. Blonde, like he's got so many. I was just watching a couple of clips from that movie again after he died, and I was like, he's so fucking good in this. He just deserves so much more credit. But yeah, great and everything. Say what?
I just realized my Michael Madsen Hateful Eight.
Ah, there he is in the background.
This whole entire season, and he's watching over us.
Yeah, absolutely. And was great in that movie as well. What had one of the smaller parts in the movie, but made the most of every fucking scene he was in, as he always did.
I really look forward to reading the book that he was almost done writing about his father and everything.
Yeah. And he was a poet, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
So I'd like to read some of his poetry, see how that fucking, I imagine he strikes me as like I don't know, the sensitive poet type. Because that was the thing is like, not to ramble on too much longer, but that was the thing is like, I don't know. There was a sensitive side to him that like you occasionally saw in his roles that I think again kind of just went unseen by a lot of people. Like you watch him in Thelma and Louise, he got to show that side there. And there were a couple other movies where he really got to show that off. And, he was more than just, the bad guy actor. He had many sides to him and he was a great actor, and rest in fucking peace.
Completely.
Amen.
Go watch Money for Nothing if you can, folks.
Yes.
Anyone?
It's on Amazon Prime.
You.
Huh?
And Stand and Deliver, Matt.
Yes, Matt. I'm going to pick it for the damn podcast one of these days and force you to watch it.
You got calculus homework tonight, my friend.
I'm not fucking watching that shit. I'll skip the podcast like I skip school.
Matt will quit the podcast.
That's what I'm going to do. Like, no, I don't want to go today.
I will fucking fly to Colorado and Clockwork Orange your ass, fucking pry your eyes open and make you watch it.
Oh my God. I'll wake up and you both are going to be over me. Like fucking
Stand and deliver,
like
motherfucker.
Edward James almost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit and procrastinate.
Oh man.
But speaking of people who sit and procrastinate until things go too far, until they have to take it upon themselves to get their land back, their rightful artifacts back, their treasure, their artifacts. We have a long night ahead of us, Jackson. What are you counting?
My friend, this is the night of counting the years. Because that is the title.
Math, though, so
say what?
Not gonna do math though, so fuck that shit. Not counting shit.
Hey, I promise there's no calculus.
Calculus.
You gotta read. You gotta learn how to read fucking hieroglyphs though.
You gotta learn to speak in ancient Arabic.
Yeah,
I can.
Which they spoke for this film.
Sorry, I was just clearing my throat. That wasn't me doing that. I'm just clearing my throat, guys.
Wait, give me just.
I don't know why you're making the face. Jesus Christ.
I have no right to be after the Body of Lies episode. I have no right to be offended by anything like that. But I still shake my head in shame.
Wait, we were watching The Mummy this week, right, guys? This is The Mummy.
That's what I
Oh,
was.
Sam.
But
Oh,
no,
Sam.
Boris
That's
Karloff
the
in it
wrong
though.
thing.
Fuck. God damn
Yeah.
it.
Well, I got some news for you boys. This ain't got no Brendan Fraser. This ain't got no Boris Karloff. And this ain't got no motherfucking Tom Cruise.
Does it have
This.
Lisa Ann? And this is not the Mummy XXX porn parody. 'Cause that's also what I watched.
Matt, this is the third episode you referenced Lisa Ann. I just would like to point that out for anyone who's not keeping score.
Hey, you're talking to Jennifer Aniston. I'm trying to
I
get.
respect it. I respect it. But what was I gonna say? Oh, yes, The Night of Counting the Years, also known by its American title, The Mummy, which is a boring ass fucking title. So yes, my friends, we're gonna leave South Philadelphia and we're gonna travel all the way to ancient Egypt, or not even ancient Egypt, but 1800s Egypt. And we're gonna go and fucking so in this tale, this is an Egyptian film that we're talking about today. The first Egyptian film I've ever fucking seen. And it was fucking interesting because well, I'll get into that in a minute. But yes, it is again allegedly based on a true story. I haven't looked into it to see how fucking accurate it is, but of this group of Egyptian people out in the desert. And they're their own little tribe, and they're out in the fucking desert, and they have been pretty well off for a really long time. And one day, the leader of this tribe dies, and his two sons are let in on the secret of how their tribe has managed to be so well off for all these years. And what they find out is that their wealth comes from the dead. You see, because their evil uncle and the other elders of their tribe have been selling ancient artifacts from the tombs of mummies that only they know the location of, from like the 17th dynasty, fucking to this. They've been selling it to this merchant guy. And when the two sons find out about this, they're very upset.
Matt, you
They're
better
like,
go grab what I think you're grabbing. I swear to God, if you don't come back,
because I'm recording this on my phone, I can't always see everything. So, Sam, I only just saw that your background had changed and that you had that hat on. I don't know how long you had it there.
not too long. I was hoping Matt would grab his fez that I know he has.
I don't know where the
thank God.
that is actually.
Ah, there we go.
Watch
There we
watch
go.
what you do, my friend.
We're treading on delicate ground here, but as if I didn't take a wrecking ball to that
Hey.
shit a few episodes ago.
He does have like some skeletons underneath the wrappings with his
Well, there you go.
or Bart hat.
But anyway, yes, fucking, they find out that their entire means of life is a lie, and they're conflicted about how to deal with this. And then who comes into town? The city people. And they are coming to investigate where these artifacts are coming from. And shit gets fucking crazy. And the idea of true Egyptian identity is explored as the young son fucking has to, navigate what all this means and decide what the right thing is to do. Should he tell them about the artifacts, or should he keep living a lie? Well, I would say you have to find out for yourself, but we're going to spoil it here in just a fucking minute. So, yes. So I'll let you two go first. What did you think of this film?
Matt?
I'll let Sam go first because Matt doesn't want to count.
Jackson, thank you for picking this because holy fuck. I was not expecting this movie whatsoever. Especially the fucking music. I need to pull up his name because I can't pronounce it. Mario Nashimbe. I think that's how it's pronounced. Like, this movie is a straight up horror movie at times. Like, when they like come, like they got the brother and they fucking whack him and he goes into the water. Like my heart was racing. I was so just drawn into it. It's very slow at times, but like it's so visually rich and there's so much like depth to the environment that like I don't think I was ever out of the movie, even though I was just like waiting for something to happen at moments. And I was very convinced that the brother was going to come back as one of the city people, and so that's where I was just like, oh, okay. Anytime I see a dude with a mustache, I think that's the brother. Um, but it's such a good movie, and the fact that it's for free on YouTube and I couldn't find it anywhere online on DVD. I saw a Japanese poster for sale on eBay that was really cool looking. Um, but I'm literally I'm going to rip this onto a disc and I'm gonna draw the sand because I love the way the sand looks, and I'm gonna draw the sand on the cover, so that's like the cover for it. But
Yeah, I
that's stay
mean,
tuned on this show. Sometime in the next multiple episodes, I might pull it out and show y'all. Take that how
Okay.
I'll pull it out and show y'all. I'm ready.
Oh
pull it
boy, no,
out.
you gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe to the Patreon for that.
Oh yeah, true.
Then you'll pull it out and show us.
Fair. I'll wear the hat too.
There we go. Just the hat though.
Yeah, and the background.
And Matt will have toilet paper because he'll need it.
Or yeah, we'll all need it.
I,
Yeah,
I
no,
have
I really
lotion.
like
I have lotion here off camera. I'll need that.
Jackson's got the lotion. I got the toilet paper. Sam's got the entertainment. What more do we need?
Podcast brought to you by Avena Daily Hand Lotion.
Brought to you by Qatar Airlines, actually,
And Cartier.
and fucking Giorgio Armani.
And Tony.
Yeah, I thought we do have 10 minutes left, but I did think the like cinematography was fucking great in this. I did not know what to expect from the poster. It being like I thought it was gonna be black and white, so being color was like really like oh shit, nice. And like I don't know what to I didn't really like we were talking about. I didn't know what to expect from like an Egyptian movie, but damn, they knew what they were fucking doing. They weren't slouching over there. Uh, yeah, no, I was really into it. Yeah, like thank you for picking this because I didn't even know this movie existed until you brought it up.
Really same, and it's just so tension biting, especially when like they see the people taking all the artifacts, and then the dude's like, "This is our only chance," and then the dude's like, "Please, I wasn't involved," and the other dude was like, "Let him go. We're gonna do this." And it weirdly made me think of the scene in The Hobbit where Bilbo is invisible and hiding from Gollum, and he sees the dwarves and Gandalf all leaving the mountain, and he's like, "Oh wait," but like he can't reveal where he is. And it just I was like, I wonder if Peter Jackson saw this movie because I just saw a very very heavy parallel between the two.
Maybe he did. Yeah. So this was a movie that I just fucking happened to stumble upon. Like I just literally there it was just from some fucking like film Instagram account that I just saw mentioned this film because this is the account that I kind of like I don't follow it but I look at it occasionally and it the dude like posts like his personal like what should have won at the Oscars every year or like the best directors performances movies and stuff like the top 5 of every year and he did 1969 and this was one he mentioned like repeatedly. I'd never heard of this in my life, and I looked it up, but I was like, "What the fuck is this? I've never heard of this before." And I saw what it was, and it looked interesting, and I was like, "Okay, this looks like it would be up my alley. I'm going to pick this for the podcast if I can find it, because that would be an interesting one to watch." So yeah, thankfully I found out it was free on YouTube, and yeah, and like good quality and shit. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know.
It could just be so like nobody's looking out for it. So like
yeah,
maybe
like
because like I want to write music over some of the shots in this, and I want to do that.
Yeah, and this would be a good one for inspiration with all the cinematography, I'm sure. But yeah, so I was just curious because I was like, all right, I'm always looking for shit I've never seen before, and you know, this would be potentially a good one to pick for the show. And yeah, I'm so glad that I came across this because man, did I fucking love this. I mean, holy shit. This is I would say one of my favorite things that I've ever picked for the show. Like I really Really loved every second of this. I didn't know anything about the plot. I didn't know where it was going. And it was just so much fun, just the gradual reveal of information. And, it was also just wild. It's the first time in my life I've ever seen a movie like set in Egypt where I'm not having to think like, did they build a set for this? Or, is this accurate to like Egyptian culture? I'm like, no, it is, because this was made in Egypt by Egyptians. And I'm like, these aren't sets. Those are the real fucking like, statues. Those are the real fucking like, that's the real Egyptian desert that they're filming in. They're not filming in like Tunisia or some shit. Like,
Really
this is
walking
real.
like Egyptians.
So I wasn't gonna say it.
Nobody had to. It's okay. I got Span Santa to that joke. I said it so nobody else had to.
Indeed. What was I gonna say? Oh no, I got that damn song in my head. But yeah, no,
That is making me sweat my fucking ass off.
It's too hot.
Goddamn Cairo.
It's too hot to be wearing hats. But you look how we felt filming the fucking documentary, I must say. We felt like we were in the middle of the Egyptian desert. That's for damn sure. As a matter of fact, bring that next time. But what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, really just amazing movie, like knowing like you're seeing the real perspective. And again, that was what was so interesting to me. I loved the plot. I loved the cinematography was fucking gorgeous. I mean, like the direction was top tier. I love the fucking just like very slow, kind of surrealist, like, direction. I think it was just like, I don't know, like you said, Sam, it was slow, but to me, like every little second totally was justified. And I just loved, I don't know, I loved the shots of like, the fucking them just looking up at the statues, them just looking up at the pillars. I just thought that like, and so many scenes of genuine like
that they would have.
Say what?
Conversation.
Yeah, I love the conversations because that's what I was gonna say was like the fucking exploration of like Egyptian identity, like the traditional people out in the desert hiding away versus the city people was like so interesting to see. And it's like I don't have to wonder if this is accurate. I know it is because it's coming from them. And I also just love that was one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie when the stranger shows up and the dude is talking to him and he's like, yeah, so you're a little unsettled by these statues? He's like, yeah, I am. He's like, this was my fucking playground as a kid, man. Like my brother and I would hide behind these things all the time and shit. And I'm like, man, I love this. Like I love exploring, like, what it must have been like to grow up out in the desert like this. And just like again, little bits of dialogue that just inform you so much about like, the characters and the world they live in and all that good stuff. And one of my personal favorite scenes in the whole movie is when they're hiding and they're carrying the sarcophagus back, to the ship. And he's like, "This is our chance, attack!" And the guy fucking says, "This was where our shit came from. Like this is how we've been living all this time." And they refuse to do it. Like earlier in the movie, they would have done it, no question. But now that they see, they're like, fuck you, man. I'm not like you're a liar. Fuck this shit. Like we've been living a lie. Like I don't know. And then they just don't do it. And the guy doesn't even fucking insist. He's like, that was just such a powerful scene that made such a powerful statement to me. And I don't know, just so many great moments like that throughout the whole movie. Like really just phenomenal. Just atmosphere building, tension building, character building. Just everything about it was just fucking great. I was very happy to have found this because, yeah, I really think, again, like I kind of said last week, and I apply this to Money for Nothing as well. I don't pretend like we have a ton of influence on this show, but any influence we got, I'll use it to tell people to watch this because this one I feel like is a very underseen movie, at least over here. I know it's like a legendary movie in Egypt and like in certain film circles. Apparently, Martin Scorsese is one of the people who led the effort to restore this. So shout out to him. But
Oh was
Where's his name in the credits?
Exactly.
probably in whatever fucking Criterion Martin Scorsese presents world cinema bullshit that they release.
Probably. And I also I looked up a little bit about the director, who his name escapes me right now, and I feel terrible because I want to shout him out. I would look it up if I.
I got it on deck. Sahadi Abdel Salam.
Okay, shout out to that motherfucker. This is the only feature film, narrative film that he ever directed. He directed short films and documentaries other than this, but this is the only like narrative feature that he did. And again, like I said for Ramon Menendez, man, would I have loved to see what else this motherfucker had in store. And I looked up, apparently, he wanted to he was planning another movie. He died like young at like 56, and he was planning another movie about like it was this great epic movie about like the history of Egypt and everything. And he worked on it for years and years and years trying to get it made. And apparently he never ended up getting to the filming stage. It took forever to make because he insisted on only financing it with Egyptian money because he was like, there's a movie about Egypt, like, made by Egyptians about the history of our country. It has to be financed only with Egyptian money. And there were people like in France and other parts of Europe, like offering him the money. And he was like, no, this has to be just Egyptian financed. Yeah. So it took him forever which mad respect for like really trying to like make it a purely Egyptian effort. But, I think, and he got as far as like building the sets and the costumes and shit, but he never got to the filming stage before he died. So,
But yeah, no, just phenomenal, phenomenal movie. I really wish we could have seen more of what that director had to offer. But hey, if he's only gonna make one movie, hell of a fucking movie to make. I mean, again, just like the suspense of like, because they establish right off the bat, like these people are not to be fucked with. Like the uncles, they are not to be fucked with. Like the brother tries to get away, and they immediately just knife his ass and throw him in the fucking river. And I'm just like, did like right off the bat, I was like, holy shit,
Caught me
wow,
off guard. It's dark, and like
yeah.
handprints on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Yeah, because so like a lot of points in the movie, I was worried about the other son. I was worried about, our two archaeologist friends coming in,
I
you
love
know.
the shot where going away. There you go. I love the shot where he's like the brothers confronting them and is like, y'all are all like Hicks and heathens and or whatever. Not Hicks, but like not like mountainers.
Right.
And the shot of the brother like in the stairwell with like the like moonlight behind him and everything is he's like,
Oh, and just brilliant, brilliant direction, having that entire scene play out with him just in the stairwell listening to the whole thing, like being a part of the scene without being present for a lot of the action, just him having to listen to everything. It's just like and the mom just like being like, "Hey, fuck you. I don't know you, bitch. Like get the fuck out of my house." I was like, "Damn, man." Like it lets you know right off the bat like, the elders of this tribe are fucked up. Like they're willing to protect the secret no matter the price. Yeah, no, this movie really just I can't say enough fucking good about it. It's so like again, the stakes are so high from the beginning. I liked all of the characters. My boy Marood, was that his name? Like the guy who comes in and is like running the brothel and shit,
yeah.
who's like, the little Weasley dude. I love that character. That actor did such a good fucking job. I love the scene where that he tells him that his brother's been killed. Like that actor was so phenomenal in that scene who played the main character. Really just like, that's the moment where he's just you can see it in his face. He's like, I fuck this shit. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm not playing around anymore.
I absolutely love the shot where his head's cracked open and he's bleeding and it's from behind him, but kind of low to the ground and he falls to his knees and you see the other dude standing further in front of him and it's just like there's so much said that is just so like it's just stated. It's not like
Yeah.
over explain to you the emotions that these people are feeling.
And that's one of the best parts of the movie is the fact that like you understand the emotions and the subtext of everything without them having to really like hand feed it to you. Like it's all there. Like you get it so well. Like again, throughout the entire movie, clearly the main theme of the film is like, you know, old Egypt kind of being replaced and the history being like desecrated and forgotten and tarnished, and people not having regard. And I did read that was something that the director felt strongly about, was he said, I feel like Egyptians, we forget about our own history and we need to be reminded of it and shit. And that was one of his motivations for making the movie. And you can definitely, that comes through, because literally the plot of the movie is they're ransacking, these fucking tombs that, and selling it to merchants and shit, just for money. And again, you got the archaeologists coming in, and like the clear difference between the mountain people and the city people is like very obvious throughout the movie. And again, like, this would have been interesting if it was made by anybody, but the fact that it was made by Egyptians was like made it so much more interesting to me. Just knowing, like, for the first time, I don't have to guess if this is accurate. I know it is. Like, just seeing it from that perspective was just so interesting to me. And just again, asking those questions of like Egyptian identity and just all that stuff. And that fucking last shot, I just loved so much, just that shot of like them going away on the boat and the main dude just kind of looking like, holy shit, man, what did I just fucking do? Like, did I just do the right thing or did I not? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is gonna change everything going forward, just it's all in his face. Just phenomenal acting from him in that scene. Um,
And I find it, I mean, I know I said it slow at parts, but it's quick. Like, there was a moment where I had to run to the restroom and I paused it because I was like, I'm not missing a single fucking thing in this movie. And I found out I had like 10 minutes left and I was like, what? Like, I can keep going forever in this like atmosphere and just perfectly, even though like the desert is so coarse. Sorry, not to turn it towards a Star Wars pun, but it it looks so smooth and polished as well. Like everything is just pristinely like articulated. And so it's so interesting visually, like everything that's going on. Like you could sit and watch parts that aren't even the actors talking or doing their things and just focus on everything, especially the part where like he's standing there and the city people come up and then he like stops and looks at him and then the dude and he's just standing there with the wind blowing and all the sand hitting his black outfit.
but yeah, just I think some of the best parts of the movie are just the shots of, again, them just walking through the desert while the wind's blowing, or them just walking through the tombs, or just them, you know, walking amongst the statues. Like, that was really one of my favorite parts of the movie, again, was just that whole scene with him and the stranger talking on the statues and shit. And again, it's like, I don't know. It's interesting to me sometimes how movies can resonate with you, even if it's something from like a completely different culture on the other side of the world. It's just like, I don't know, something about like when they were talking about just like, yeah, this was my playground as a kid. I played with the statues. My brother and I would hide and shit. I was like, that's fucking awesome, man. Just like with us doing the documentary recently, I'm just like, this. It made me think of like where I used to do that shit, and I'm just like, everybody's got their place, where you just like run around and play as a kid, and
That's where I also love
landmarks in your
the
town and
beginning
shit.
when the two brothers come in and like it's so dark and they have the torches and then he goes and stands where the other dude was and then they follow the other dude. Like the inside of the tomb was so like lit and with the music was so had such a curiosity to it, just like the brothers, but also had this menacing quality to it because it's like, what are we like getting into? What is our family like tied to? And then it also has that kind of obvious adventure element of excitement. And so there's so much going on at all times with each character's emotions and their motivations. It's just really well put together, I think.
Agreed. And yeah, the music is fantastic. And the costume design, I have to say,
Mm.
is also spot
Oh
on.
yeah.
I noticed, fuck Ayub, but his costume, he was looking pimp in that outfit. And those red robes, I was like, all right, I can't lie. I hate you, man.
It was the
But
brown like vest, I guess, because yeah, there's no sleeves. Shit was badass looking.
yeah, everybody had the fucking
Uh, It was the it's because of the Armani and Cartier support.
There you
That's
go.
why.
That's what it was.
Uh,
They saw this, they were like, that's baller. We got to get involved in this.
Yeah.
especially because it's all one giant ad for Qatar airplanes. Fuck.
That's right.
They want you to fly to Egypt. Now
Yeah,
they're like, you see this movie, you come
it
here.
looks this fancy.
Um, yeah, I guess just to sum up, fucking phenomenal
Wait,
movie.
is this movie pro citizens, not pro mountain people? The people who are supporting it are the citizens rich. Which
Yeah, I guess
also,
so.
this is another movie this episode that has the dynamic between the rich and the poor.
Very good point.
Another one.
Very, very good point. We're making all kinds of connections here. Again, it can be where you live or fucking all the way around the world. We got relatable themes in all walks of life. That's what we're learning today in this international episode. But
Ah.
yes, but to sum up, I guess for me anyway, I am so glad I found out that this movie existed. Cause yeah, it's a little fucking hidden gem out there that I think a lot more people need to fucking go find. Cause my God, was it brilliant. Again, I'd say it's one of my favorite things that I've seen on the show. I just loved every second of it. I was so locked in from the fucking beginning. I was just like, the direction was just fucking sublime. The cinematography was sublime. The whole thing was just like I just so slow and just eerie and like you said, Sam, menacing at parts, but also so like inviting in other ways,
Yeah.
just like with the beautiful landscapes and the great costumes and the themes and everything. It was like you love exploring that, and that's kind of comforting and cool, but at the same time, there could be something menacing lurking around the corner waiting to stab you and throw you in a fucking river. So you're in suspense at the same time.
The
And
sound effect of them was
I know.
ugh.
It was
It literally shook me for a second. Like I stopped everything I was thinking about, and it was just like, oh fuck.
they can't let the secret get out. But yeah, I just the whole thing was just brilliant. Just shout out to this movie. Shout out to again, I've forgotten the director's name, but fucking shout out to him. I can look it up now.
Yeah, yeah.
Salam.
Look it up. Look it up.
I can look it up because
Last
I
name
want to
is
say it.
Salam.
Say what?
The last name is Salam, I
Yeah,
think.
Yes, that sounds right.
Um,
you were right. It was
yeah,
not salami. It was salam. Salami was the first movie with all the fucking
with James Gandolfini.
yeah with James Gandolfini.
No, that's the Gabagoo.
Ah,
Shadi Abdel Salam. Yes, that is. Shout out to him. Fucking, top tier director.
I love the part. Sorry, where they're lifting the coffin. I
The
guess
sarcophagus.
sarcophagus. Thank you. Out, but it's so well lit inside the tomb. It's like they're all glowing and like excitement as it like comes up.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought also that scene in the beginning was really well lit, I have to say, where they're all in like the room, like talking about the stuff. I thought again, even whether it was in the daylight, the night, in a small room, no matter where it
A
was, the
great misdirect.
cinematography was just amazing.
Great misdirect, making you think that the brother is like the main character, but it ends up
I
being
know.
the brother.
Yeah, because you don't think the younger brother is the main character until like that happens, and you're like, oh wow, okay. Like, and it's I also just love again, just yeah, the whole thing is just fantastic. And I want to shout out, speaking of him, Ahmed Marai. That is the name of the younger brother, the lead actor in this film.
Oh yeah.
For all I know, this could be the only fucking movie he ever did. I have no fucking idea. He doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. But God bless him, he gave a great fucking performance in this movie. And yeah, shout out to the night of counting the years. So now, Sam,
and if you guys
Matt,
are looking for another movie
Matt
that is
has
close,
picked, no, I just have to say, Matt has picked a very obscure Russian film this season. I have picked a very obscure Egyptian film. Your turn, motherfucker. You got to pick an obscure
balls in your
international movie
court.
before the season's over.
Well, I tried
Balls in
starting
your
the
court,
season
man.
off with Gummo and it didn't work.
No, but
No, it
that's an
doesn't count.
American movie, Sam.
Okay.
It's got to be an international obscure film.
And that Canada don't count either.
Could
No.
Robert Altman's Quinjet or whatever that ice movie is with Marlon Brando count?
No, it's got to be an international movie.
International, Sam.
Obscure too. There's another
I
keyword.
already have my picks, so
I bet.
y'all will see, and y'all will fucking regret telling me
E.T. the
this.
Killer.
Oh God, are we gonna regret this, Sam?
E.T. the Killer or some shit.
We're gonna take it back with mine to the past, but also the future. So you'll understand when you.
And if you're looking for another good mummy movie, Under Wraps on Disney Plus.
Got out Under Wraps, and its sequel Under Wrap 2.
Exactly. And the remake.
Yeah.
Or is that the sequel?
Well, no. There's a sequel to the remake. So the remake stuff and the
okay.
original.
And the original. Okay. I forgot there was a sequel to the remake.
Yeah. All right. Matt, I got a little bit more math homework for you today. Because that seems to be the fucking shtick this episode.
God damn it.
Can you take this graph and explain to me my feelings about this movie? Sorry, that's in reverse. Picture it the other way.
Yeah, wait, do you not like it?
The other way.
Does it go down?
It's going up.
No, it's supposed to go up. Now you're just making an X. So that means you don't like it.
We're going that way.
Yo, Sam, stop doing
Speaking
that.
of things going up, it's time to whip out the Avena.
You're sitting
because
there sitting out
Lee Marvin
out here
is one sexy motherfucker, if I do say so myself.
Indeed.
Oh man.
So do you have an interpretation of this graph, Matt?
Yeah, it means I got you rock hard.
Yeah.
Because I don't see what the X and the Y axis stand for. You're giving me a graph with invisible denominators here, man. I don't know what
the image is blown in and reversed. I am sorry. But this is the X
stand for liking and like what is
the
like?
Y is how much I like. The X is like the time frame of like how long the movie goes on for.
Should we mention what the movie is at some point?
It's none other than John Borman's Point Blank.
Wait, what? I thought we talked about watching Point Break a few weeks ago. What are you talking about? No.
I was about to make that joke. But no, that's Point Blank is what Sam is about to start shooting because he loves the movie, apparently. Yes.
You want to talk about getting things up and Avena lotion, Patrick Swayze, Jesus fucking Christ.
Amen.
That's the man right there.
But all right. So as we say on the podcast, picture this. Your name is Lee Marvin, and you're playing a character named Walker, not Texas Ranger. And you get double crossed, and you get your money stolen from you, and you got to escape from the one island that very few people escaped. Alcatraz, baby. And you're pissed. And so you go on a violent rampage to get your money back. And not only that, he took your wife too. That son of a bitch. And so not only that, you're doing all this, but also picture this. Your name is Reese, played by John Vernon, and you got this crazy motherfucker coming after you.
Because he took his wife and fucking stole $93,000.
Exactly. You are shitting your pants this entire movie. I like to think of it as the point of view of him, just seeing this dude come after him constantly. Like, and it's show no mercy at all. Huh?
That changed my perspective of this movie for the better. Like, I'm going to view this movie in that light for the rest of its existence. Or my existence, really.
And the movie is so well. We'll get into this in a second. I'm going to continue with the plot, I guess. Basically, you just go on a violent rampage, trying to get what you want. You get a little, there's some twists and some turns, but at the end of the day, everything turns out the way it should, for the most part.
With Archie Bunker's death.
Yeah, I was about to say that was the craziest part because I'm watching it and I'm like, I know this dude from somewhere. And I looked at him, I'm like, Archie Bunker? He was so fucking good. The one scene that stood out, it made me laugh. When he turns around when he notices he sees him in there and he goes, "Hey, you're a maniac. Do you know what you're doing? Like you can't just go around doing this stuff." And I was just like, "Yo, what?" Just came at him like nobody else came
Hmm.
at him before. But no, I really liked this movie. I did not expect it to be what it was. I thought it was going to be more of a straightforward, like noirish kind of movie, gritty, that kind of thing. I was not expecting the editing to be the way it was. Threw me the fuck off in the best way possible. I thought like, because for John Borman, who I know, he did Deliverance and we've seen Zardoz. To me, it just strikes me as a very like straightforward kind of director at points. This did not seem straightforward at all in ways. Like it was straightforward, but like the fucking editing was just going off the whole movie. And it made me appreciate John Vernon more as a actor because I always see him as a stuffy guy. Of course, he's the mayor in Dirty Harry.
And the
I think
Dean in
he's been
Animal
in,
House.
yep, and he's always the stuffy dude. To see him playing kind of like a, criminal and like be manic and shit was really cool. I thought he did great. Uh, he was a standout for me. I mean, I love Lee Marvin, who I found out apparently had a lot to do with the making of the movie, more so than I had anticipated. Apparently, he had full creative control over it. Uh, Supposedly, he threw the script out of the window. And somebody said I was reading the trivia. Apparently, Mel Gibson's movie Payback is like another version of this story,
Oh wow.
but
Okay.
the person, I think it was John Borman, said like, yeah, young Mel Gibson had to have picked up that script because it was very close to what we were about to do.
Hmm.
And he said apparently Lee Marvin also came up with a lot of the visual metaphors, which I was surprised with because he always strikes me as like this masculine, like I'm just gonna come in and say my lines and do my shit. But apparently he really does care about like his performances and shit, which I thought was cool. Um, yeah. Other than that, I mean, the one last thing I'll say is I feel like I've never found a movie that's close to Dirty Harry. This comes very close to me, like as enjoyment wise and like the way it looks and the setting being California. Apparently, it was almost San Francisco, but he changed his mind. But
LA,
I really liked it.
back in LA.
Yep.
I'm
Um,
going back to Cali, Cali anyway.
and apparently, it's also one of Soderbergh's favorite movies, which makes a lot of sense.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
I did read that. He did
yep.
the DVD commentary for it.
Oh shit, nice. This is one thing I saw. I was like, I need this on DVD right now, right now, or
Yeah.
like Blu-ray or something, because holy shit. Uh, yeah, and I fucking loved it. But I'll let you guys go. Whoever would like to start.
Sam, I'll let you explain your straight line.
So let me pull it back up in its reverse order. Oh, not that.
This is the grass is greener.
It's the stock shit. So this area down here was when the movie started. I was not really fucking with this movie very much because I was expecting, like you said, Matt, a very straightforward kind of I want answers, kind of like I want to know these people right away. And it was so disorienting to me at first when it was like him screaming at him on the ground and then all that kind of stuff. And then he just ran into that room and just fucking let out on that bed. And that's when it really like picked up. And then in this middle section, it got to that point where he was walking and that was the same thing. It was you heard the audio of his footsteps just coming, and then it would cut to other things, and I was just like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And then when it got to this final showdown, I was fully torqued, bro. I was all about this movie. I wanted to exist in this world, even though I didn't want to be any of the fucking people in this movie because they all got fucking shit going on that I would not want going on in my life. Um, but
Like
it
that
made
fucking
me,
car salesman.
yeah, it made me think of. I'm gonna pull it because it's actually right behind me. The other week when Lalo, rest in peace, Lalo Schifrin. Um, I was watching this Lee Marvin movie, Prime Cut, because he composed the music in this, and I really enjoyed this movie, but I was a bit underwhelmed in terms of like the showdown and the actual like trajectory of the movie, and then that's why I definitely was thinking straight line graph because I just the whole time I was rising up to that top point, and it fucking went. And it's such a fun movie. Like it's ridiculous, and it is hard at times. It's very very like not in a like I don't know how to put this, but like it's gritty and that's what I really enjoy about it as well. Is like scummy people doing scummy things. But you also are rooting for these people in all their individual aspects, but you also hate these other people and stuff. So, um, I want to rewatch it now with your lens, Matt, of it being the other dude's perspective. I think that will really change some other things around. So
Um, yeah, Matt, my experience was similar to yours in that, and I guess yours too, Sam. I thought this was just going to be a straightforward action noir thriller type thing. And like a couple of minutes in, it let me know very quickly, like that ain't what we're in for. And it took me off, like you said, Matt, took me off guard in the best possible way. Because pretty much right when they kept cutting to him on the ground, yelling at him and shit, like I was like, oh, this is gonna be different. This is gonna be very different. And it was, and I was very happy. But before I get to everything I liked about it, and I fucking love this movie for sure, there is something that I must say that you touched on, Sam, and I just had to get this out of the way right up top. That fucking scene with him walking down the goddamn hallway is some of the best fucking editing I have ever seen in any movie. One of the best uses of sound I've ever fucking seen.
hundred
That
percent.
shit just like that was when it clicked like, oh, this isn't just gonna be like a good, this is gonna be a fucking great movie.
Yeah,
Like I'm
literally.
so ready to watch the rest of this now. And yeah, that just was amazing. And apparently Soderbergh also said that's one of his favorite movie scenes of all time. So,
It just
but
it goes so far, and then it cuts to the other visuals while you still hear the audio, and then it just
Yeah. Like the visuals, like all the visuals are great. Like the shot of, I mean, not just in that scene, but like the whole movie. But that one scene where she has the infinity mirror thing going on, where she's getting her hair done. I thought that's just like such a small scene. They could have just, medium shot, called it a day. But I don't know. I was like, that's fucking great.
well, that's the thing that I noticed is like this movie almost feels like it's going out of its fucking way to just be extremely different and creative, even in the simplest of moments. Which, if you think about it, this is my second John Boorman movie. The other one, of course, is Deliverance. Um, it seems to me like that's kind of his style. Because Matt, you said Deliverance is a lot more straightforward than this, and you're right. But I would add the asterisk to that, that at the time it came out, it was extremely different in that, the level of violence and, all kinds of taboo things that it portrayed. And John Boorman deserves more credit. Having seen that and this now, you hear about like the pioneering like new wave directors. You hear about Spielberg, Coppola, Lucas, Scorsese, Friedkin, Bogdanovich, De Palma, all these guys. I don't think Boorman gets thrown in there enough. And just based on those two movies alone,
gotta see
I
Zardoz.
I think he should. I'm gonna pick Zardoz for this podcast eventually. I was telling Matt that the other week. I
Yeah,
fucking have always wanted to see that movie. I know you both have seen it.
my contact photo for my dad is Sean Connery from that movie.
In the yeah, the famous outfit.
Yeah,
But yeah, because I've always just been so curious about that one. But I think that, just based on these two movies alone, because again, I can't remember what movie we were talking about on here before, where I said this same thing, where I said that was one of those like early movies that doesn't get enough credit for helping to make the new wave
seconds,
happen.
seconds.
Seconds, is that what it was? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That I said that about that movie, and I'll say it about this one too. Because this came out the same year as Bonnie and Clyde, which is the one that is like officially considered the one that broke the mold. And the fact that this was there that same year with, graphic depictions of violence, sexuality, extremely creative editing, just trying to be different, like in so many fucking ways, even down to the simplest of shots. Like, I mean, it really, I mean, fucking just the idea at this time, like his wife kills herself with pills and shit. Like and he doesn't really have, I guess Angie Dickinson's second appearance on the podcast is a love interest, but even then, like it's not a traditional kind of love interest, and it's kind of like I don't know. It's not like the kind of thing you all at this point in time that people were used to seeing. Like especially them like getting into like physical fights and shit. I don't know. It just I really think there was so much about this that just, was so exciting. You were right there with him, and I just love the whole you know, him fucking just fucking these guys up for just the guy says it at one point. It's like, you're gonna fuck me up for like, what, like $93,000? Like that's or
Like, yeah,
$7,000 or whatever it is. That's it. And he's like, yeah, I just want my fucking money. Just give me my money and I'll go away. You know?
I love that he
Like,
scared the other dude too when he's like threatening the dude to shoot him, but then he shoots the phone, so the dude like kind of almost thinks that he shot him. And that shot, that super far aerial shot of the body later in the movie is just amazing. Like
One,
Philip H. I can't say his name. Lathrop. Um, he did Breakfast at Tiffany's. He like,
oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, he popped off with this movie.
Yeah.
one of my favorite edits though is like when they're in the nightclub near the beginning, and he's like fighting him in the back, and that
Yeah,
dude's doing the like screaming, and then they cut to one random white dude's mouth going like before they cut to her screaming, and I just like died. I was like, that is hilarious to me. I don't
That
know.
whole scene again was so fucking brilliant. Like during the fight scene, then just cutting back to that guy just scatting his ass off in the club and yelling and everything. Just so creative. I just fucking loved it. And I gotta say, fucking I this movie made me realize how much John Vernon is one of my favorite actors. I don't know why I didn't realize it until this movie because I've loved him in everything I've ever seen him in. But he is so good in this and he's just so good in everything. And yeah, him just fucking that shot was insane of him just flying off of that building down onto the street. I did not see that coming. That
I
was
did
so
read
wild.
I feel like
that Lee Marvin did not really like him, so he actually punched him in the stomach during a fight scene, and he was like,
Oh,
"What the
damn.
fuck? Like, what the fuck?" And he was just like, "You're not in the same contention as me," and it's just like,
Shit.
"Wow,
Okay.
okay."
I don't know. I feel like John Vernon never gets the. Well, I was kind of saying this. He doesn't get the chance to run like this. Like he kind of got the chance to run this whole movie. Like usually he's kind of subdued. He's kind of has to be emotionally bricked off
Hmm.
for his roles. Like there's no like
Let's just say
being
I
on.
was bricked off by the end of this movie.
uh,
Oh man. But yeah, just you think it's gonna be just a straightforward revenge thriller, and it's so much more than that. Like there's just so much to it that I just love. Especially I didn't see Angie Dickinson's turn coming. Like where she just starts insulting him over the fucking
Yeah,
speaker. Yeah, fantastic fucking movie, honestly. And I'm glad we finally got to talk about it, Matt. My memory's a little fuzzy, but
he
we're seeing this
remembers
a
the
bit.
voicemail I left him.
Say what?
hey,
He remembers the voicemail I left his fucking ass.
Oh yeah.
hey, this isn't the first time somebody's done this on the show. In fact, this isn't even the fucking second time somebody's done this on the show.
Well, now we're
Isn't
even,
mean and isn't saying.
motherfucker.
I'm frankly just lucky that y'all haven't watched the movies that I picked before I change them. I think y'all have had the ones where someone's watched it before.
I
Hey, at
never
least I
did it the
still
night before we were supposed to record at 1 o'clock in the morning. But yes, now we're state of Maine speaks for itself.
yeah.
Tensions are still high.
You were 16 minutes in. Don't even get
Um,
me started, my good sir.
but I am glad you picked this because this is fantastic and I loved watching it.
But I can see where, honestly, actually, now that I've seen the movie, I can see where you were 16 minutes in and we're like, fuck, I don't want to stop.
Yeah, I mean, like at that point, I had to finish it. I was
So
just like,
I don't
I
fully blame
gotta.
you on that one.
I was so in, I was so invested. But yeah, it worked out because we got fucking two movies that I liked out of it. Because your one last week that I thought I was gonna hate, I ended up really liking. So, it all worked out for the best.
Dude, I'm just fucking happy as shit that you like the Alpha Dog and Money for Nothing because I was not counting. I thought maybe Alpha Dog, but I was very unsure about Money for Nothing.
So was I. I just looking at it from a distance, like there have been several movies in just the last few weeks where, you know, I wasn't expecting to like it and I did. So that's been a pleasant surprise all around. So, and again, we need it after there was a stretch there. I don't know if it was only 2 episodes or more,
I think
but
it's like two,
God damn, we were
maybe
cooking
three,
some.
but
Is
I
that
think it was
what?
like two. I think it was like two.
It felt like a lot just because we were watching a bunch of shit there for a minute. But
Oh no, it was 5 weeks in a row. I think I didn't like your pick, Jackson.
when was that?
Like towards the end of season one into the beginning of
I'm convinced you were just doing that as a bit because
part of it was. Part of it was.
because like
I came in hot with Wallace and Gromit. In reflection, I think I like that movie a lot more.
Wallace and Gromit and Hoosiers were like, what the fuck? Like I got Amelia Perez. I can't Valentine's Day I understood, but like Hoosiers? I was like, who
And
the
I
fuck?
quote Hoosiers all the time. I always say what I say is the law. Even someone at the bar the other day said that, and I was like, Hoosiers. And they threw up their fists, and I was like, yes.
Good shit. That was, I think, probably the most surprised I've ever been on this podcast when you didn't like Wallace and Gromit. I thought that was literally just the most inoffensive thing I could have possibly chosen.
Well,
So,
I thought fucking the computer who wore tennis shoes was the most inoffensive thing I could have possibly chosen. I guess not.
well,
Especially on the week.
That led to one of the funniest jokes ever, though. So I'm glad you did pick that. But no, Matt, I gotta, it's been joked about many times that your picks make me nervous, that I have shit on many of your picks. But this season, I gotta give you credit. You've picked a lot of good shit. I want you to get that 99% speed run and then fuck it up in the finale.
Yes, I'm so far. I was like, because I was worried about Gamer fucking up my run, like really fucking it up. And I was
You've
like,
had a couple this season that I didn't like, but for the most part, it's been like not only good stuff, but like good stuff that I like either had never heard of or never would have seen had it not
I
been for
don't
the
count War
podcast.
Inc. as like me going for a good one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, War Inc. I didn't
That one sucked, but like
didn't
that whole
didn't
episode we
love.
picked.
You can't say that his was worse than your pick that week. So
My pick was the worst one of the three that week.
The
So
fact that I mean it was a batshit crazy episode.
that was one of the worst things I've watched on this show was my pick that week. That was when I was really like, God damn, I need to pick something good next time. So, but yeah,
I've got one or two questionable ones coming up.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll see.
Now that I have to pull my foreign weird shit, be expecting something that could be good or bad very soon.
Okay.
After the next two specials. It's
Matt delivered and I delivered. So there's a lot of pressure on you to deliver now.
It's on you to stand and deliver.
I will.
There you
funny
go.
you didn't have any pants on.
Do calculus, and I will show it all. But I got to put on the fucking Arabic text and put on the hat again.
I'll be right
I will
back.
say I was really happy that you picked this one, Jackson. It's not what I was expecting.
As he walks away.
Oh, fuck you. It was what I was expecting.
Well, while he's gone, I do want to shout out Johnny Mandel, the composer of Point Break. He did music for Glengarry Ross and MASH and other stuff.
Blank.
What'd you say?
You said Point Break.
Oh.
Point blank.
Blank. Yeah, I got to think about those blank shooters I'm shooting out because I got circumcised.
The botch, it's like the CBL or whatever.
Sorry, there was a bug in my room. I had to get rid of it. What were you saying?
I don't remember.
Don't.
I mean, I was shouting out the composer of the Point Blank.
Oh.
Johnny Mandel is fucking good. So, and he brings some of the energy, and it makes me like, I'm excited because behind the scenes, I'm going to LA next week for the first time, and I know it's not gonna feel like Point Blank or all those other fucking movies, but I just am so happy that I got a little piece of LA right before I'm about to go dive into it.
Hell yeah.
Good shit.
I mean, definitely I was like thinking about it. I was like, I don't think the LA River is like that anymore. Might be, I don't know.
Only in GTA.
Yeah. Very GTA servers at some points. Well, this has been a wild episode.
I don't know how
has
this
been.
Kind of like
I don't know if anything I said was the least bit coherent. I was so distracted by having to do it on my phone that
I think it was good. It was really
fine.
lit. It was fun. Yeah.
Like I didn't notice anything bad or wrong.
And you didn't read it all, so
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was doing it on my phone, but hopefully next week I will be able to do it on here and it won't fucking crash 8,000 times. Um,
We are doing drum
Fantastic
roll,
Four.
the Fantastic Foreskin special.
yes, that will be next week. That aha!
Got my bad boys.
There you go. I'm both excited and terrified to see
And
some of
also
these.
Captain America.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that
Here's your
one.
copy of
1 and 2.
Sisters in Babysitting.
It's in there somewhere.
We got
Fuck.
our
That's
Thor.
Thor.
Vincent D'Onofrio is the true Thor.
Fuck.
Um, Matt, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but I need to just express my disappointment that you weren't wearing a fez the whole episode. Because I'm more disappointed in myself for not having a fez to wear this entire episode.
All my hats are up in Westcliff. So are all my costume things. That's really the last thing I need to bring down because like I have a few hats that I've been wanting to wear that I don't have here. So yeah, that is the issue currently.
But I hope everyone enjoyed everything this week. I'm 3 for 3.
I'm 3 for 3.
I am most certainly 3 for 3.
I think we've gone.
And I got to tell you guys, oh man, my heart's just beating out of my chest so fast I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. I bet you're a big Lee Marvin fan, aren't you? Yeah, he's one of my favorites too. That's Michael Madsen's line from Reservoir Dogs.
Yep.
We're
I was like thinking, I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, that is a quote, but
We're
okay.
bringing it full circle here.
Full fucking
But
circle. That was good.
I would also like to say rip to another actor who died the same day as Michael Madsen, Kenneth Colley, who played Admiral Piet in Star Wars. One of my favorite smaller characters, very important characters with not a whole lot of screen time, but was a very memorable, great character. And shout out to him as well.
And also, we will get to this eventually, but shout out to another actor who passed, Julian McMahon.
Yes. Julian McMahon, who we will mention quite a bit next week. We're doing the Fantastic Four special, so keep your eyes peeled.
I'm really
And
happy.
keep your foreskin peeled.
Oh, yes, always.
This is, I think, excluding the Funny Games remake, the third or fourth week in a row we have been 3 for 3, all unanimously.
Excluding.
I'm so happy about that.
Yeah.
You've been picking good shit.
You have.
It's good to hear.
Matt is gonna fuck up his 99% run by the end of the season, so help me.
I don't know actually. There's only one that I'm like I haven't seen, so I can't even vouch for it. Like it's kind of hard to.
Well, I mean, like your pick specifically is going to fuck it up, like for
Oh,
sure.
the last one for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
That's what I mean. You are going to fuck it up by the end of the season.
Yes. That's a guarantee.
Sam, we are happy today to be the two balls supporting your shaft.
Indeed.
Thank you. It's a shame that I don't actually have the balls. Otherwise, I would have dyed my hair blonde just like John Cusack at the end of my pick. I was literally saying that before we even recorded. I just don't have the balls to do that because I thought about it. I was this close.
Remember how we've talked about going too far for the bit?
I would have gone too far.
I think you're starting to, the fact that your mind is even going there, you're starting to go in that direction, Sam. I'm getting worried.
But I'm happy to bring this to y'all this week. It's been a good 3 for 3. Like and subscribe. Vote in the poll. Let us know. Check out the trailer for the Beyond the episode.
Go to the Patreon.
Give us a comment.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
And especially if you're Ravager 93, give us a comment because you always seem to bring the heat.
I just want to say Ravager has achieved God status at this point. That Angela Bassett's Beaver comment, that literally made me like laugh loud as fuck. I saw that sitting in my car and I literally just full on belted out a laugh. So good on you, Ravager. Keep them coming.
We'll see y'all soon, very soon, with 4 fantastic skins that you can wear. So one's hard, one's stretchy, one you can't see at all, and one is flaming hot. So each of those you can take which STD you got, but we're gonna bring them all. So it's been a
Amen.
mystery.
Amen, Doctor Doom.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be Dr. Doom coming in hot with my lightning, with a little bit of lightning and a little bit of thunder.
Mine's gonna be like the Silver Surfer because it's gonna be hard as metal.
And I'm gonna be wearing some really shitty costume, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna like degrade my footage so it looks really bad.
No, you got to get your dad on the podcast because I always said he looked like Michael Chiklis.
Oh, I was referencing my Fantastic Four, but that is true. He
Yeah.
does. He does. Well, not anymore.
Well, yeah.
I hope Roger Corman doesn't scar me as much this time as he did last time.
But he only produced it, so
Jack,
Still.
you best be thankful because before we started this episode, I thought to myself, "Oh, I'm not hosting this week. I'm hosting the Fantastic Four one, and I'm gonna bring the Josh Trank energy and direct y'all's asses as drunkenly as humanly possible." But I'm still gonna be drunk as fuck. I just will not be directing y'all.
Okay.
okay.
Well, as long as we don't almost get in a fist fight
Exactly.
like he and Miles Teller did.
You know, to reference what I do after every podcast, it's clobbering time.
You can call him a regular Stretch Armstrong.
I don't know if Jessica Alba has cursed us, Sam, because we saw her in the hotel lobby during the documentary time. She may have put a curse on us. I
Wait,
guess
did
we'll
you
see.
really see Jessica Alba?
We sure did.
We sure did.
Wait, are you fucking around or like
On the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not Good Morning America. What was that show?
Kelly Ripa.
Kelly Ripa.
For some reason, it was like maybe she was in Charlotte shooting a movie or something. You have
No,
to
goddamn, if Jessica Alba had been in that fucking, we would have told you that by now. Holy shit.
That's why I was like, yeah.
We would have been fucking Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg in that scenario. You better believe that.
Oh my God.
But yes. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, goodbye.
Very solid
3.
3-4-3.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
Peace in the Middle East.
Flame on.